Good morning, everybody. Shay Knuckles here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about grocery shopping. I am by no means an expert, but I have a lot of experience. And for 2 years, I actually ran a nutrition department inside a health food store. And this health food store was really big on very clean ingredients and not letting things in that had mislabeling. And so I learned a lot. Plus, I have dabbled with different nutrition programs, being a health coach for a long time. And now, being a mom of a 3-year-old and 5-year-old, I am very busy. My husband is in school full time. And so I also understand having to eat healthy on a budget, which can be challenging too. So I'm going to give you just some tips that I share. So I do one-on-one nutrition or grocery shopping trips with my clients if they'd like that, and usually I'm charging around $50 a trip because this takes around 2 hours. So you all are in luck. You're getting this for free, and although I'm not sitting there with you in the grocery store, I'm hoping that you find this a little bit helpful and can take this on to help with your family shopping trips or your own grocery shopping trips. So couple things, rule of thumb is no matter where you're at in the grocery store, I want you to get into the habit of reading ingredients, looking at the ingredients, and bring your phone with you. And if there's something that you don't understand what it is, look it up. Okay, but there's a couple things I tell my clients to watch out for that I want you to just make sure that you are not eating, and there's a lot of them, but these are just the big ones that I totally avoid, that I don't allow in my house. The first one is high fructose corn syrup, or even just corn syrup, but high fructose corn syrup is a manipulated corn syrup that can be a neurotoxin and has no health benefits at all. It's a very cheap sweetener, and you're going to find this in a lot of processed foods. Another ingredient is called monosodium glutamate, or MSG. You're going to find this in your ranch dressings, your shelf-stable foods, especially like it's a seasoning. It's a very cheap seasoning, so you're going to find it in barbecue sauce sometimes. So really read the ingredients, and if it has monosodium, just don't buy that. Also, aspartame or sucralose. These are artificial sweeteners that are, again, neurotoxins and linked to dementia and Alzheimer's and just some really bad diseases. So I just say, cut that out. Okay. So those are just my 3 top ingredients that I just, nope. And even my husband knows, he knows those 3. And when he goes shopping, he doesn't get those, ketchup, for instance. We could buy stock in ketchup. Like, my kids love ketchup. My husband loves ketchup. Same with ranch dressing. You can buy they now have Heinz, no high fructose corn syrup, or organic ketchup. That's not that expensive. You don't have to go to the health food store. Now, if you can afford to go to the health food store and buy all these things, great. Personally, we're not in a place where we can do that yet. So you can still go to Walmart or Sam's. Sam's Club usually doesn't have it in the ketchup, but Walmart. Ranch dressing, find this in the produce aisle. It's in the refrigerated section, because most things that are shelf stable, they are going to have a lot of preservatives, including the MSG and those types of things. So that's kind of my first rule of thumb. Second is shop on the outside first, because the outside of the grocery store, the parameters, is where you're going to find the freshest food. So, you're going to start, let's say, in the produce section. And when I talk to people about produce, is be realistic for your family and your budget. I know I've been guilty of over shopping, and I hate wasting food. So buy what you need. And what I always keep on hand at our house is salad stuff. So I buy the big thing of the mixed spring lettuce or spinach, or a little combination of both. That way we can just easily grab the salad and go. Now, if you have time to where you can buy the lettuce leaves and cut them up, that's awesome. I don't. So yes, you pay a little bit more, but that's just what I do. And then I do 2 or 3 toppings with the salad. So I love the broccoli slaw that you can buy. It's just like shredded carrots and broccoli and cabbage, and it's just easy to put on top of there. I'll buy cucumbers. I usually buy a big bag of broccoli, because we not only put a little bit on our salad, but we make roasted broccoli. My kids call them broccoli chips. But be realistic for what your family needs. Don't overbuy. It's a lot easier just to run to the store to buy 1 or 2 things than to have to throw away food, okay? And so I start thinking, okay, let's have, do we have enough things for salad? I'll make sure and get like sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds to put on top of my salad and make sure we have dressing. Now, I personally use apple cider vinegar and olive oil, but my husband, they love the ranch, so I just buy the healthy ranch version. So that's kind of what we do for salad. And then I start thinking about side items. And again, have a grocery list because it does help so you don't overspend money. But some staples we keep on hand for side items are sweet potatoes and baked potatoes. My kids love their orange mashed potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. My husband likes baked potatoes. I'll usually buy one or two of the following. I'll do broccoli for broccoli chips, Brussels sprouts for Brussels sprout chips, basically just roasted broccoli, asparagus, squash and zucchini I mix up with an onion, but I don't buy all of them at one time. Again, I have to be realistic for what my family is going to need for that week. Okay, so that's kind of in the produce section. I skip over the bakery. I don't even go into the bakery because I'm going to be too tempted. There's one particular bread that I like, and I just go, if it's in the bakery, depending on your grocery store, if it's in the bread aisle, I go there and I get out. Flour tortillas might be something, or we get the whole wheat tortillas for my kids, so that, or the corn tortillas. So that's the only reason I would go into the bakery. Now, on the outside is where you're also going to find meats, and a lot of grocery stores now carry good quality meats. There's a couple different brands of chicken that I get that are, no hormones added. And so I think there's one, it's like Farmland's Best. And there's a couple, Forester's is a branded chicken I get. So I tried to get a nicer, not the Tyson with water added and milk, ribs, meat, and all of that stuff. That's my own personal choice. You can buy it frozen in a big bag, and that is also nice because you can just take the, one or two out at a time, and you don't have to worry about anything getting spoiled that way or having to throw away, meat that you've laid it thaw out and didn't get cooked in 3 days. Another tip with meat is a lot of them also have grass-fed beef. Now, grass-fed versus organic. Grass-fed is actually the way the cows were made to eat. They are made to eat grass. When they start eating corn, that's when their digestive systems get messed up and they start having like all kinds of diseases, and then they're pumped full of antibiotics. So when you're eating just regular meat, you're getting those antibiotics in your food. So grass-fed is going to be your best option in my opinion. Grass-fed organic is like really the best option, but right now that's not where my family can afford it. So I like to go to Sam's and get a big thing of the grass-fed beef. It's a little more expensive, but we don't eat it as often either. And I use this like for my taco soups and my hamburgers or chili or something like that. We do red meat probably once a week or so. You can find some really inexpensive pork that, is lean meat. Pork is lean. I buy the big frozen bags of salmon and shrimp. That's a really easy meal for my family. Let's talk really quick about fish. Tilapia is a bottom feeder. It's not as clean as other fishes. And so, come here. I recommend... Sorry, my kid is stuck in her sweatshirt here. It's because you have the zipper on, babe. Okay, there we go. All right, so when it comes to fish, I want you to try to find wild caught fish. Alaskan fish, Alaskan salmon, there's really not like so Alaskan fish is no better than just regular farm. It's a farm fish. And one thing that's a fun fact, kind of not so fun, but farm-raised salmon is actually not even pink in color. So then they add pink dye and they give it to them in their food to make them pink in color. They get that pink flavor, that pink coloring from the foods that they eat, the algae that they eat. So always try to buy wild caught. I love cod. I love mahi-mahi. I'm not a big fan of tilapia or catfish, okay? All right, moving around. Now we're in the like yogurt, cheese, and it really just depends on your own personal diet, what you like, what you dislike for your family. I personally don't buy milk for my family. We do almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. There's an ingredient that you want to watch out for called carrageenan. It's very hard on your digestive system. And so, whether it's cashew or almond, I'm not a fan of soy. Soy mimics estrogen, and I'm really just not a fan of soy milk. And regular milk, I'm just not and if you guys have any questions of why I'm not a fan of them, I would be happy to answer that. But we don't buy dairy milk products, but I mean, we do buy products. So I don't drink milk, but we do buy cheese. We do buy yogurt on occasion. Again, I try to get organic when I can, or no artificial sweeteners. So like yogurt for kids are full of sugars. Like it's almost as bad as just giving them a soda. So look for the yogurts. Like I love the Simply like Go-Gurt popsicle type things. Like we put them in the freezer and it's a good treat for my kids. Or I buy the Yo Baby. It's a whole milk. It's a little one, but they don't need a whole lot. And really it's not like, it doesn't have a ton of benefits for them. I'd rather just give them a probiotic as opposed to the yogurt, because usually the sugar and the digestive systems kill it off. So we are a fan of cheese and butter, but I try to use the Kerrygold brand. Kerrygold is a grass-fed brand that you can now find in the Walmart stores, or I look for something that says no RBST. That's a hormone that they give the cows, and I try not to put that into my kids at all. Okay, so going around, let's see. Oh, Greek yogurt. There's a brand called Fage, F-A-G-E. Either the 0 or the 2%. The 2% tastes a lot like sour cream. So we no longer buy sour cream in our house. We just use this. And my husband hates yogurt. He hates yogurt and hates Greek yogurt, but that literally tastes like sour cream. So he'll use that on his baked potatoes and his soups and all of that. Okay, and then now going into the aisles, I'm just going to briefly touch base on a couple different things here. Whoa, sorry, my phone fell. So when you're starting to shop into the aisles, you want to try to avoid as much processed food as you can, but you know, there are times where you're going to need to buy crackers or some little things like that. Again, read ingredients. When it comes to chips, I try to buy corn chips, or like the, tortilla chips. Blue corn are awesome. Those are going to be a better, like this, easier on your system. You know, if you can't buy organic, that's okay. But a lot of times when you start looking into barbecue and ranch and all of those flavors of chips, you're going to be seeing MSG in some of those really bad ingredients. So be careful with those. We buy saltines in our house now. That's our cracker, and I buy the whole grain. You know, it's not the best, but it's way better than like Ritz that's full of partially hydrogenated oils. Again, another ingredient I hate. So just kind of look at, look what's in like cookies, crackers, chips. All of those things are usually full of not so good ingredients. I love to go in the baking aisle, and that is where I buy my nuts. Usually they're raw and they're less expensive there. If your grocery store has a bulk item or a bulk section, good. Go and get your raw nuts there. Stevia, I try to buy stevia in the purest form, and I get it out of the baking aisle. And I'm trying to think anywhere else that I can, like, where in the main staples. Again, like soy sauce. I look in the gluten-free section for a lot of my seasonings, because that usually is no MSG, and some, they have usually cleaner ingredients. Barbecue sauce, again, no hydrogenated or no high fructose corn syrup. So that's kind of when I'm going in the aisles. I just, help people navigate, like, what do you usually buy? When it comes to cereal, again, a lot of cereals are very high in sugar, and I do not buy those for my kids, and they've gotten used to eating Rice Chex. Even the oatmeal squares are pretty decent. My daughter loves the oatmeal squares, the cinnamon and the brown sugar. I know you do. Even the Cheerios aren't bad. So if you can't, again, buy super all organic, then that's kind of where it's at. So, if you have any questions regarding your grocery shopping trip, please let me know. I would love to help you, just if you have some questions on, hey, I usually buy this. What's a good alternative, or is this okay? Please feel free to reach out to me, or in the comments below, post a picture of, maybe ingredients of a product that you're like, hey, is this okay? And I'd be happy to help you. So again, be realistic for your family. Don't overbuy so you don't feel like wasting your food. Also for me, I pay a little bit extra sometimes to buy the already pre-cut vegetables, because again, I'm busy, and if I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna be more likely to eat them if they're already cut up, so I can just grab them, because I don't have, take a ton of time to meal prep. That's just kind of my own personal schedule and choice. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if I can help you in any way, and you guys have an awesome day.